This is the Grow Your Clinic podcast from Clinic Mastery. We help progressive health professionals to lead inspired teams, transform client experiences, and build clinics for good. Now, it's time to grow your clinic.
Welcome to the Grow Your Clinic podcast. My name is Ben Lynch. Today, I want to share with you a big idea, and it's around creating assets for hiring so that you're always attracting quality talent to your clinic. See, one of the big problems that we see in the clinic owner community is that they get to a point where all of a sudden they need to hire and they need to fill a spot on the team, either through they've grown to a point where they've got all these clients that need to be seen by a certain practitioner, or they're on a wait list and they need to be seen, or perhaps someone's left your team and you've got a vacant spot to fill. What happens is we're responding to that need, however it's brought about inside the clinic, and then going through the process, which most people do in putting out a job ad and going through a routine hiring structure. When you think about it, you put it out there to whoever's available at that time, how big or small the cohort of available people might be that are looking for a job or who might have recently graduated, hoping that you kind of get the timing right. I want to use an investing principle here of it's not about timing the marketplace for new talent, but time in the marketplace for new talent. And the idea here is that we create assets, things that live inside the ecosystem of your industry, your profession, that continue to circulate and live and breathe to attract quality talent by sharing the narrative of your clinic, by shining a light on all the amazing things about your culture, by sharing the insights as to how you go about making your difference for the clients in the community that you serve. Let me get practical as well here and say that most people, when they are putting out their job ads, are selling a year. Whether explicitly or not, that's the way it comes across. It's like, here's a job ad with all the inclusions, and this is the amount of money that you're going to get paid, or the package, for this year. And really, it all centers around coming on board for, let's say, the next 12 months, whether that's explicit or not. But I reckon people, employers and employees, are looking for a career. Not a year, but rather let's sell them the career. The ability to progress as part of your team, develop their skills personally and professionally, and this can be for admin as well, but mainly practitioners. Let's go from selling a year to selling a career. So how well are you actually shining a light on all the amazing things that you do to develop, nurture, and train your team members? At a previous workshop that we had, the Grow Your Clinic workshop, we had the privilege of hearing from Steve McKnight. Steve is one of the most successful business authors in Australia. And Steve posed this thought to everyone, and he said, you are in the business of recruitment and training. You think about it, if you're growing your clinic, you're going to get to a point where it goes beyond how many clients that you can see in a day or in a week, and you have to hire other people. Now, that may not be for you, may not be for everyone, but most people are looking to add to their team. And you need to be, as a business owner, in the business of recruitment and training. So we're looking at what assets do you have in place to attract that quality talent, because we do it so well for clients. We put out blogs and social media videos. Maybe you do webinars, you do paid advertisements, you set up various partnerships with businesses, schools, clubs, networks, associations, workplaces, you name it, to position yourself as a trusted advisor for patients. What if you were the trusted advisor in your profession for careers? Would that make hiring talent easier? I reckon it would. Now, there's no silver bullets here. The idea is that we're always hiring rather than reacting and responding to a need and hoping that we get the timing right for the perfect candidate and that we have the right offer in the right market to attract that person. It's getting increasingly competitive. That's the story that I hear from a lot of clinic owners. To attract people, the right people to your team. So why not always be hiring? Now, you may not have a job for someone right now, but if you've got a little book of all these wonderful people that you can call up, email, reach out to when that position becomes available because they've shown interest in working with you before, how much easier is that going to be? If nothing else, you start to get a position as the trusted expert in your industry. Now, a couple of things that we get the clinic owners within the Business Academy to do are set up really structured assets, systems, and processes within their training component and their recruitment component. A couple of things are the 0 to 100, those first 100 days of a new team member joining the probation period, as so many people call it. We give it the best possible chance, the best possible start to their career with you in a very structured 100-day journey. And then moving on beyond that is the 12-month internship or career accelerator, however you want to put it. Look, if you go to KPMG, Deloitte, McDonald's, a lot of these big companies, this training structure that so often attracts some of the best talent because they want to go and work there. I'm a huge fan of Michelin star restaurants. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a chef, but I love the idea of a Michelin star restaurant that so many of the best chefs want to go and work there to learn their craft. And they often stay there and become very ingrained in it and build their brand as part of it. So what if you are building the Michelin star of training, career development at your clinic? We then look beyond sort of that 12 months. What is the immersion? For the next 2 to 3 years, let's establish your brand as a practitioner. Let's immerse you into your niche or into a skill set, a specialist interest area within the profession to really own. And we're going to help you be able to do that. And then beyond maybe the 2 to 3 year mark, let's look at some career pathways, career lifestyle balance, family, travel, buy-ins, clinic leadership, whether that's altering how you work or who you work with. We've got a whole range of different pathways that we've outlined. So how well have you structured those things? If you've got them structured, how well are you communicating the possibilities for a prospective team member when they join your team, going beyond the year and selling the career? How do you go about doing that? Well, let's just break it down very simplistically. Let's look at written. Let's look at visual in the form of images. Let's look at visual in the form of videos. And let's look at audio in the form of even podcasts or sound bites. Now, there are various things that you can do here. You can have landing pages on your website. On those pages, you can really structure them like you would a landing page to opt into a certain thing to download for a patient, or a certain landing page for a certain offer that you would have for a patient. You need to do the same for a team member. We'd have things that people download, how to choose the right job or career, tips and tricks about navigating the early stages of your profession and the career in that profession. We could interview team members, things that they love about working at your clinic, things that they've learned about the profession or industry. We can even have a podcast series or a video series of those things. They could be really professional or they could be really just natural, off the cuff, quite candid, if you would. I want to challenge you about building these assets, these written, these visual, and these audio components that can be circulated, that can live and breathe on your website and within the ecosystem of your industry to always be hiring. Hopefully, that might just help you when you're looking for quality talent, that you've got runs on the board and your brand already exists within the community. I'm sure it will. Give that a shot. I'd love to hear how you go with the assets that you build and the impact that that has for hiring quality talent now and ongoing. Until next time, take care, live with passion, and serve with care.
Thanks for tuning in to the Grow Your Clinic podcast. To find out more about past episodes or how we can help you, head to www.clinicmastery.com/podcast. And please remember to rate and review us on your podcast player of choice. See you on the next episode.